I have one more example for us to go over together today. Example 2. Josue is traveling from Birmingham, Alabama to Savannah, Georgia. It is 147 miles from Birmingham to Atlanta, and then another 252 miles from Atlanta to Savannah. Altogether, about how many miles will Josue travel? Alright, so this problem is a little bit different from the other rounding problems that we've had. I see a key word right here. It says altogether. That means this 252 miles and this 147 miles, I want to know together how far or how many miles that is. And also another key word, it says about how many. So it doesn't want me to add these two. It wants me to round and then figure it out. So it wants me to have a good estimation. So I'm going to write my two numbers down. I have 147 miles, and I also have 252 miles. What I'm going to do is I think I'm going to round to the nearest tens place, because I think my answer will be a little bit more accurate, a little bit closer to the actual answer. So 147. So when I'm thinking about 147, I like to use a number line to kind of show you what I'm thinking. All right. So I know with 147, I have to have two benchmark numbers. My two benchmark numbers, I have 100, 4 tens. So my lower benchmark number would be 140. And then after 140 comes 150. So I know right in the middle of those would be 145. So 147 would be about here. So it would round to 150. I can see that 150 would be closer. So I'm going to do this little swiggle. That means it about equals 150. I'm going to do the same thing for 252. Make me a new number line. So 252, I need my benchmark numbers. I have 200s, 5 tens, so my lower benchmark would be 250. My next benchmark number would be 260. In the middle, the midpoint would be 255. So I have 252, so that would be 1, 2, so it would be right here. I can clearly see that 252 is going to round to 200. So I'm going to do my little squiggle. It almost equals 250. Now, it says all together, so it wants me to add these two numbers. These two numbers are a lot easier to add than these two numbers. I don't have any ones places, so I'm going to rewrite those. So I'm going to have 150 plus 250. I'm going to start with my ones place. There's no ones, so 0, 50, and 50. Ooh, that equals 100. And then I have 200 and 100, which equals 300. So now I have 300 plus 100, which gives me just 400. So it's about 400 miles. About 400, I don't need to do that, miles. So that would be my answer if I round to the nearest tens place. What I'm going to also do is I'm going to see if I round to the nearest 100, what that would be. So round to the nearest tens, it would be about 400 miles. So now I'm going to do those same numbers. I'm going to do 147, and I'm going to do 252. I'm going to round to the nearest 100. So 147, my lower benchmark number, since I have 100, would be 100. My higher benchmark number would be 200. My midpoint would be 150. So here or more is going to go to 200, or less than that, which I know that 147 is less than 150, so it's going to go to 100. So it's about 100, and that's if we're rounding to the hundreds. And then 252 is about, I'm going to use number line again. 252, I have 200s, so my lower benchmark number would be 200. My higher benchmark number would be the next 100, which is 300. And my midpoint would be 250. Now this time I'm a little bit more, so it would be right here at just past 250, which means I'm going to go to 300. So if I added those together, all together, 100 plus 300, it would still equal 400. So with this example, whether I round to the nearest tens or the nearest hundred, it's still going to give me an answer of about 400 miles. That's how far that they will travel.